I was on like a hamster wheel going around and around and around, and sort of wanted to get out of that hamster wheel and actively make a decision to say, let's step this fitness endeavor right up to another level. And I just didn't like the way that I was looking after all the training I'd put in for years and years and years. And I'm like, nah, let's just do something completely different. And that's where I was 6 months ago. I just wanted to make a great decision for my future self, and this is what I'm doing. My name is Christopher George. I'm a pastry chef, self-employed, and my goal is to compete on stage as a bodybuilder in the fitness category.
So how are you today? How's your prep?
Oh, I'm nervous.
What are you nervous about?
So I've not done like a comp before, and I'm just, it's been like 6 months of preparation and seeing my body transform, and now it's all coming down to like these last couple of days, and I'm so excited because I don't know what to expect. And it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so 4 days away.
We're 4 days away.
4 days out.
So it's been 6 months.
Yeah.
How do you feel you looked 6 months ago to how you look today?
Completely different. Like I get people coming up to me in the gym, at the shop, family just going like, you look completely different. Like your body, your confidence, everything.
So 6 month transformation turnaround?
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Did you think it was possible within 6 months?
I knew I had the mind power to make it a possibility, but I just didn't know what my body was how it was gonna look after this 6 month period, because I've never achieved this kind of physical structure before in my life. I've not been here, like right here.
You Googled us, you saw us on Instagram, like what's the...
So I've heard of you and Enterprise Fitness since 2013. People have said, Mark, Enterprise Fitness, they've got a really good reputation, they know what they're doing. And I've always had that in the back of my mind. If I was to go this next level and to do this competition, I would want the best in the game, like being my mentor and backing me up.
Turn that way. I think tomorrow I'm just going to move you back one to 7:45.
That's fine.
Because I think I'm going to put you last because you're on last. So therefore, you get up the latest on Sunday.
Yep.
So his day's first.
Yep, so he gets 10 first. Yeah, that's fine.
But you're closest, I'll put you in first tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys were the people to help me achieve this, but it was that mental switch of, okay, now's the time to be serious about it. Now's the time to give it my 100%. And then, you guys were the first people I called, and I don't regret it at all.
Okay, have you had a trainer before? Have you had a coach before?
Yeah.
How was this different?
I feel like a lot of trainers sort of bluff their way through. They don't kind of really know the recipe for success when it comes to what your goal actually is. And they're just pulling stuff and hoping that it works for your body. And sometimes you're dragging you on for that bit longer just to sort of sometimes just drain the money out of you, because that's something that like a false promise. And that's been my experience a couple times in the industry. I've grown from that. I've learned from that.
So how was this different if you've had that experience and contrasted to working with us here?
I think because the reputation that you guys have got is something I've not heard of when you compare it to other people in the industry. And that sets you apart from the rest. It's like word of mouth. You go, hey, there's a restaurant down the corner. Have you heard of it? Yeah, I have. The meals are great. I've never had a bad meal from this place at all. And you think to yourself, I'm going to go. Give that a go.
That's the reputation. But then you come and you actually do the do, and you compare it from shop A, and then you come to us, like shop B. What was the tangible differences between shop A and us?
The structure and the knowledge behind the preparation for competing. There's a reason to everything. There's a method behind the madness. And when I get told to eat something or do something, I'm asking, why is that? So I'm learning myself, and there is an explanation for it all. And a lot of people sometimes can't explain certain things when it comes to dieting down and why you've got to do things in certain ways.
There's a real evidence-based know-how.
Big evidence-based.
So tell me about your training.
My training is awesome. I love it. I suppose, definitely being like here in the shop training with you guys. We are doing, I don't know how high it was, and arms. Every day is completely different, and it's not like you're training at all. It's like you're with mates and you're just having a really awesome workout in this particular
sluts.
shop. Yeah, sluts. I'm with the sluts in the shop. We're all having a good time. I think it's everyone's favorite body group is chest. Legs is the worst, but legs have to be done. So, yeah, we've done enough legs this week, so we don't have the legs full of fluid and water. Thanks, mate. Fluid and water. They're ready to go. No more legs for the week. I'm happy. But like when I go back to the gym closer to home and I train, by being here when I'm alone, I've got more of a purpose when I'm training. Like I've actually got such a goal to achieve that training has become a lot different for me personally. And with the stress of work and having so many employees, you know, it's sort of helped me separate work from private, and I'm achieving something for myself. When I had like practice week for comp and I had the refeed, I had so much energy and I felt like I was on like cloud 9, like this is amazing. And now it's like a couple days before comp and I'm sort of like building up my carbs now to fill my body out. I'm just so hungry and nervous at the same time. So it's a bit of an unusual feeling, but it's all amazing. It's just all amazing.
What do you do for it?
I'm a pastry chef.
How does a pastry chef, I'm sure, makes unbelievable pastries around food all day?
Yeah.
How does a pastry chef stick to a diet?
I suppose it's like a wine tester or a food tester. If you are like consuming and absorbing all this amazing stuff all the time, you're either gonna, get sick of it or you're gonna get like completely drunk. You can't be a drunk wine tester because that's shit, right? There is an element of like tasting it and then like, of course, spitting it out. But like, I believe in moderation as well. Like, you can eat something like small and tiny. You don't have to eat the whole thing. You can have just like a little bit of it to get a taste of what it's all about. And that's important.
But what do you say to other chefs? Because I've had other chefs who come in, they're like, well, I'm a chef. I need to eat, I need to taste my food.
Yeah.
I can't stick to my diet, let alone you're competing.
Yeah.
So what advice?
I think it's like just be strong within yourself. Just being strong, being like, okay, I've got this goal. I'm going to eat this, pasta carbonara, for example. I've got to test it. I can't control myself going into trying it, knowing that you're just trying it and allowing yourself to have a little piece. I think that's like this strong willpower a lot of people just either do or don't have. Before comp, just wholesome foods. I think I've got like a normal breakfast, which is rice bubbles, peanut butter, maple syrup, almond milk with the rice bubbles, protein shake, and there's this rice crackers and jam. And I've chosen like a boysenberry jam, like, what sort of jam are you gonna have with your rice crackers? Like that's the most exciting part of the whole thing. On comp day, you have raspberry jam, strawberry jam, apricot jam, fig jam. Boysenberry jam for me is like, really sweet and sugary, so that's carb day.
So did Tyrone help put some calorie allowances on this? Like what was the nutrition like? Did the nutrition factor in your pastries?
In the nutrition in my pastries, when I go to log my food into the application that I've got so I can count my calories and fats and carbohydrates, there's been a time where I've, been like, oh, I really need something sweet and sugary now. I've actually popped that into the little calculator thing and it's spat out what it actually is in sense of carbohydrates and fats, and it's like, okay, cool, no worries, that's pretty high up there. So now I know that a yo-yo biscuit is this, I know how much that can change, but I've also built that into my allowance.
So what do you think this education, because it sounds like more importantly, you've done the workouts, you love the vibe, you love the training, all that kind of stuff, but it really seems like there's been an educational metamorphosis.
Yeah, there has been huge.
Well, tell me about that. Because I'm I'm guessing like, you use your first comp.
Yeah.
But let's say, you finish your comp, you get whatever you get, like, that it's Monday. How does nutrition change? Like, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it may have changed forever for you.
I've always, for a long time, prepped meals. Like prepping for meals isn't a problem with me in being a pastry chef. Weighing, storing, prepping is part of my life. So prepping for everyday meals I've always done. But prepping for competition when you're weighing everything to the actual gram is, I suppose, in line with my profession as well. So it's quite easy for me. So I've learned basically to achieve this goal has sort of required a lot more attention to detail in dieting. And when it comes to finishing a competition, I don't want to go back to the way that I was eating. I want to continue on with this program and growing and getting better and ticking more boxes for my future self.
Multi-dextrose carbs. For the pump, what is the benefits of multi-dextrose carbs? I know it's like it fills the muscle with a bit of volume.
Yeah, so it's the fastest way to get the carbohydrates back into the system, right? Multi-dextrin is the fastest way to get the carbs back in. So therefore, it's going to not only help performance, so it helps from a performance perspective.
Yeah.
But also you got to remember, so your nervous system will fail. So nervous system runs on straight glucose.
Yeah.
Right. And your nervous system will fail before your muscle does.
Yeah.
So if we can keep your nervous system replenished, right? From a glucose perspective, you should be able to push more.
Yep.
At some time. But also, more so for you at the moment, it's keeping the digestion easy while getting the most amount of carbohydrates in.
Yep.
Which is why we use high glycemic index carb and to keep the volume down.
Yep.
So you're not an idiot like me and just topping up on Spud Light.
And having a big full stomach.
Full stomach for 3 days.
500 grams of Spud Light in the stomach.
It was like 750.
750, that's a lot, idiot. That's a lot.
Still can't get the weight down.
Now, I have to say, Chris, I saw some of the before and afters. Well, more important than some, I saw the before and I saw the after, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, big fucking difference.
Big difference, right? When you look at that, what do you think?
Just super pumped with myself. I left here after getting weighed and measured last week and I was 4.5% body fat, and I'm stuck in traffic and I'm sitting here and I'm like, Chris, you are a week out from competition. You are sitting in a car in traffic at 4.5% body fat. You should be fucking so proud of yourself. And I really was. And I really soaked that moment into my core being. And when I look at the pictures that I send to Tyrone every single day for pre-comp body structure, I'm just blown away by how I look. Absolutely blown away.
What has that done for you personally?
I've always suffered from like body image, body dysmorphia, never comfortable with my shirt off, always felt skinny fat. It's not me to show off in that sense. And it's helped build my confidence to the point where I feel really empowered within myself to sort of, be strong and overcome that little challenge that I'm.
What do you think this will allow you to do going forward? Like anything different personally, professionally, mentally?
Definitely proves to me that when you put your mind to it and you work towards it and you set a goal and you put everything towards it, you can achieve it. So I've proved to myself yet again that I've got the ability to do anything that I want to do.
Okay, what's next? After this
One
lot?
more each.
One
After
more.
this, buys and tries.
Buys and tries. And then it's...
That's it.
And then it's
You got buys and tries, and then posing.
posing.
Pose down.
What would you say to someone who's on the fence? Say taking the step and training with us here.
I would say just do it. Just do it.
Well, I suppose what would you say to your younger self? Let's say, for example, like when let's say go back 5 years, would you have wanted to have started earlier in 5 years?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
What would you have said to yourself then?
I would have said, don't waste your time. Go straight to the best. Don't muck around. It's a life goal. It's the right thing to do. Poor man pays twice.
Is that the difference between going to the second best and the best?
Yeah, big time. Yeah. Yep.
You say it from experience.
Yeah, like fail. I live my life on a few mottos. It's, failing to plan is planning to fail. And you really need to have someone beside you, showing you the way. showing you the step. That's the biggest thing. And the other one is poor man always pays twice. Like, you just get a shit pair of shoes, cheap pair of shoes, they're shit. They only last, couple kicks in the tire. And you just get sick of kicking the tire because you're just doing the same old thing at the gym, running around, achieving the same thing, not growing, not shredding. And you just get sick. You get sick of it and you want to achieve the better thing.
Any kind of personal message that you'd want to say to Tyro?
Oh, he's a legend. He's a legend. Yeah. He's a mate. He really is a mate. Like, best mentor that you can have, really understands, listens, but he's also not afraid to kick you up the arse, like, when he knows that you can achieve a lot more.
I think he enjoys it a little bit too.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Probably enjoys it a bit too.
It's a bit sick, actually. I had that tennis elbow issue when I first came in, and it's so not as like tennisy as it was now. It's like massively.
It's not much of an issue. I think when your food comes back up as well, I reckon it'll be even better.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to even start using some dumbbells for your biceps again.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Easing it back in.
Yeah. If anything, it's gotten better. Okay. Tricep extension. Overhead.
Why was now the time?
I think like throughout life, we've got challenges and obstacles that we have to overcome to grow ourselves. And when you get to a certain part where you're really comfortable with where you're at and you've achieved so much internally, and also running two businesses, I sacrificed a lot of my health and fitness to make the businesses a success. And now it was a time where, okay, everything is really good in business. It's time for business to help me achieve something personally so that I could sort of repay myself what I put on the back burner for such a long time.
But why compete? Like, I mean, you could have just got in shape. Like, why was that? Why now? Like, really?
I'm quite a driven person, and I don't do things in half. I do it in full, and I do it, set myself huge goals in life. I'm sort of known for it. And bodybuilding has been something that I've always wanted to do for quite some time. I had a fitness friend, Meredith Howard from Kyabram, and she was a female bodybuilder back in the year 2000. And I was 16 years old, and I went to one of her competitions here in Melbourne, and I was just blown away by what she could achieve in the fitness industry for herself. And that sort of like planted a little seed, this little 16-year-old kid seeing this happen. And for like near on 20 years, it's something that I've always wanted to do. So I made that decision, like, let's make this a thing. Let's make this my goal. Let's tick this goal, this life box, this life challenge. Let's do it. Yeah, I wish I had done it years ago. I really wish I had have just, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago. I wish I had done it. But you've got to be in that right frame of mind. You've got to be physically, mentally, spiritually prepared, willing and able to achieve such a goal like competing on stage.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.